Well, you got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stacked, around that area. So, I mean, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with it. Like, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game, skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
Floyd Mayweather has explained why Gervonta Davis cannot defeat Shakur Stevenson. Floyd said Shakur is the best fighter in his weight class because of his great defense and perfect timing, which give him the skills to beat Tank Davis.
What is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking...
Stevenson has also made it clear that he is fully confident going into a possible fight with Gervonta Davis, and even said he has what he needs to control the matchup.
You and Tank is a fight that should happen. It absolutely should happen. And I believe it will. I mean, you guys are both in charge of your career. I think it's a good style matchup. Like you said, the networks are out of the way. The promoters are out of the way. He's flexible, you're flexible. I don't see why it wouldn't happen.
It's the best versus the best.
Absolutely right.
Let's make the best fight in boxing.
And when you guys meet, how does that fight play out?
I ain't gonna give you no games.
You think I'm going to jump on the phone with Tank right after?
No, I would tell you this. I'm going to come out victorious.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what
Analysts are now saying that the long-awaited fight between Tank Davis and Stevenson is finally getting closer to reality, with talks reportedly picking up speed. Some think the big fight could happen in September, depending on final talks and timing.
Out and debates are taking place about Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis fighting in September.
Shakur called it the biggest fight in boxing and said it would define the sport and bring the most attention from fans everywhere around the world.
I know that Tank tired of me talking, so if he tired of me talking, shut me up. So
he won't even say your name. I hear he won't even say your name.
Yeah, he won't even say my name right now. So let him come shut me up. Let's see what he really want to do. I think he's confident in his abilities. I'm very confident in my abilities, so it gotta happen. It's the biggest fight in all the sports. I think that's the Super Bowl right there.
I could not agree more with you. How do you think it would go? Do you put him down? Do you beat him on the cards? How do you think it would wind up?
I ain't gonna say my game plan. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know he's strategizing already. I'm strategizing, and I'm very focused. Like, I'm so focused right now. People don't understand how I feel. So all I'm thinking about is boxing. All that's on my mind is boxing.
Interview with TMZ, Stevenson made it clear that a fight with Tank Davis is the bigger match than facing Devin Haney, and said it brings more excitement and meaning to boxing. He believes facing Tank would show true greatness and called it the most important fight in the lightweight division.
It seems like people want to see you and Devin fight and do that soon.
I think both fights is the fights. I think both fights is great fights. Honestly, I think me and Tank is like a bigger fight, but I think me and Dev is like the fight block and established who I am as
appreciated Floyd Mayweather supporting him and said their connection goes far past boxing. He does not only see Floyd as a legendary fighter, but as a real friend and guide in his life. Stevenson has often talked about respecting Mayweather and using his knowledge, which helps him improve both in fighting and in life.
I appreciate them guys. I appreciate them. I really don't even look at them like how everybody else look at them. I look at them
friends.
Yeah, like it's like cool people.
What's the sort of last couple from me? What's the sort of best bit of advice he's given? You've obviously got so many people you can call on. You're in a very fortunate position like that. You've got a strong team. What's the sort of best bit of advice he's given you in this game?
A lot of advice he would give me, like boxing related, and he always want to show me like little tricks and little things that I could take with me. And that's why I play heavy, because a lot of people be hating on him, but they don't understand he's really like a real dude. And you know what's even crazier? A lot of people be seeing him like when he around, he come with like 15, 16 people. I swear he had to be at the gym with like 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people chilling. It was a normal vibe for him. It was regular. He was comfortable, and I think that side of Floyd, I think that's the side that I like.
We've got up in London, so we're going to go to the fight.
Oscar Valdez, the WBC super featherweight world champion, has shared his view on possible fights. While he thinks Shakur Stevenson could beat Gervonta Davis, he still sees Davis as the tougher fighter.
That beats Gervonta, in your opinion?
No, it's a tough one because Tank carries a punch, but if you're gonna knock somebody out, you gotta first hit him. Shakur is very difficult to hit. He's always a step away. You know, Shakur. What can I say? People saw the fight. You know, I gave him my best, and you know, try to land those shots is not easy. And even if you land those shots, it's in a defensive way.
Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson could make Shakur a huge star overnight, quickly raising his worldwide fame and fan support. A win over Tank would lock in his place as one of boxing's best, bringing big attention, pay-per-view sales, and global recognition.
Stevenson he's just not a big star, but he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there, is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo.
Crawford has openly praised Shakur Stevenson for his great skill, pointing out his unique style, strong defense, and high-level boxing smarts. Crawford even said Stevenson is so good technically that many fighters are afraid to face him. He calls Shakur unusual with a style no one else has, and says he is very hard to understand. Crawford believes Stevenson's elite defense, footwork, and accuracy make him a dangerous opponent with little gain for many boxers. Interview
conversation why I think this fight can happen. Because these guys' backing is gone. I mean, like, look at the people that have been really supporting and truly supporting in the media, behind the media push in boxing, behind a lot of the fights and a lot of the stuff over the last 10 years. It's Daniel Kinahan, the international crime boss, and his front man, my personal opinion, his front man, Turki Al-Sheikh, who put an aura of legitimacy around the actions of Daniel Kinahan, right? So now you see, but what happened to these guys? They're gone. They're gone. Daniel Kinahan got arrested after Mohammed bin Salman now says that he's going to be pulling his money from sports, like coincidentally, right? Coincidentally, the big money launderer, the big arms dealer, the big, DRUG dealer gets arrested right around the same time that these guys say, "No, I don't think we can put this money through."
Hackett has stirred debate by explaining the real reasons why Gervonta Davis has not fought Shakur Stevenson yet, and he pushed back against the simple ducking story. According to Hackett, the situation is more complex and linked to boxing politics, timing, and business choices rather than just fear. He said Davis has focused on big money chances, including crossover events like the planned fight with Jake Paul, which many saw as a profitable show, not a competitive must. Hackett explained that promotional issues, network deals, and career plans often delay top fights even when fans ask for them. He believes both fighters are on different financial and professional paths, which has slowed talks. While critics keep blaming Tank for avoiding risk, Hackett's view shows that modern boxing is driven just as much by business as by competition.
The reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, "Oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that," just to detour people from being excited to see him fight, because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming through.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go.
The longtime fans have wanted a Tank versus Shakur fight, calling it one of the biggest and most awaited matches that could happen in boxing. A battle between a hard hitter known for quick knockouts and a smooth boxer respected for his defense and fight intelligence. Shakur himself has often asked for the fight and even said in interviews he would put other opponents on hold if Davis would agree to face him next, showing how much he wants that fight to finally happen. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting? Man, Tank is disrespectful to the sport if he picks that over fighting me. I am the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He said it was a lie. So if you are going to call it a lie and say I am not who I say I am, then come prove it, bro. I think it is dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a great fighter. I can see that going wrong. So he better be at his best. When Davis announced a fight with Jake Paul, which was later cancelled, many boxing fans showed strong disappointment and criticism, saying he chose a safer, more money-driven show instead of facing a top fighter like Shakur Stevenson. On social media, fans said the decision looked like a clear move away from a high-risk, high-reward fight with Shakur, which the boxing world has strongly asked for. Critics pointed out that the Paul fight, seen as a crossover show rather than a real competitive match at the time, offered a large payday with low sporting danger. This led to accusations that Tank was choosing money over legacy. Many also mentioned his history of not directly calling out Stevenson or joining talks for the fight, suggesting a pattern of staying away.
While critics continue to accuse Tank of avoiding risk, Hackett's view highlights how modern boxing is driven just as much by business as it is by competition.
Would you say number two, not fighting Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean? That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the two style matchups. You know what I mean? But if you feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors. All right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight?
At the time, Davis had made it clear that he was not bothered by the growing criticism about his choice to fight Jake Paul. At a recent press event promoting the match, he dismissed negative fan reactions, saying he does not care about changing opinions in boxing and on social media. Davis said that fans always change their views based on results and that he refuses to let outside noise affect his career choices. He also told critics to just sit back, enjoy the sport, and stop worrying about his decisions going forward. Although the fight was later cancelled, his comments caused even more debate, with supporters praising his confidence while critics said he was avoiding harder fights. Despite the backlash, Tank stayed firm on his position, focusing on business choices and big money chances rather than public approval or pressure from boxing traditionalists.
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So you better be on.
You are a student of boxing. You love this sport. I mean, when you hear this today on social media or wherever you happen to get the news, were you like, what? Like, can that actually be, man?
Nah, I'm not shocked. I mean, his last fight when he fought Lamont, Jake Paul was at the fight. He told y'all he was going to fight somebody like Jake Paul. So I'm not shocked. It don't surprise me. So.
You know, Shakur, Jake, when he fought Mike Tyson, he was 227 pounds. He was 199 and like 199 point something his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He hasn't been only boxing for a couple of years. He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-0-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much, though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this case here when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but If I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
Is there any way you could, any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
To your female, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care? What they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? He won, right? But how he look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen,
We're like gonna be for real about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Keep it honest.
like,
What's the fight?
my opinion,
Yeah.
because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
You think 135?
35, 40, I don't know. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract.
Continue, and boxing fans keep debating the possible showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. It remains one of the most discussed and hard to make fights in the sport. Stevenson has often said that his defensive skill, ring intelligence, and accuracy would give him the advantage in a high-level tactical battle. He has also called the matchup the biggest fight in boxing, one that could break major pay-per-view records and bring worldwide attention. Despite the constant challenges and public interest, both fighters are now on separate career paths, with Stevenson continuing to build his legacy across weight classes and Davis focusing on his own fight plan and business choices. As a result, while the excitement keeps growing, the super fight still feels uncertain and likely remains far from becoming real. /